Welcome to another edition of Shooter Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, the Rebel Shooter. We're going to talk about this doctor, this pediatrician that he says, CNN had this pediatrician up there describing what he saw of the bodies of the kids that were shot at the Rom Elementary School. And all I could recall is that weird medical examiner during Sandy Hook kind of saying the same. They were talking the same script. It was almost the same script. But this doctor, he says the kids' bodies were, pulverized and decapitated. And I don't know. I mean, I didn't know AR-15 bullets could decapitate you, man. I know a lot of us been shooting. We see videos. We seen videos of people shot with AR-15s in the head and the body. Have you ever seen an AR-15 round decapitate somebody, y'all? I mean, let's just keep it real. AK rounds don't even decapitate you when they get hit. I mean, I've seen horrific videos of people get shot with AKs, and it took numerous shots to probably at least, crack them open. I don't want to be too graphic, but I'm just being real. Now, a shotgun is a whole other story, right? A shotgun can literally blow your fucking head off, like literally. But what they're doing is they're using these babies as political pawns, and it's kind of sad because I mean this thing didn't happen. It only been what a week or two, and they just can't stop. I mean, it's just like the parents, man. Like these parents of these kids, they get on these shows, on these mainstream media outlets, and they start talking about. It's just real strange. Like they supposed to be mourning and grieving over their kid, but they have all this energy to come on CNN and talk about gun control. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, growing up, lots of people were shot where I'm from. I've never seen anybody, parents like where I'm from, get on TV and talk about banning guns because they son just got killed. The most people say is that we gotta do something about this violence out here with this gun violence, or they don't get on TV and start getting into details about, oh man, the bullets, man, they rip through people, and they leave big hole exit wounds, and they start getting, these parents are getting into all this stuff. I'm like, it just sounds really, really strange. You mourning your kid, but then they jump right into gun control. So then they start going back into how they miss their kid. Then they talk about how these weapons of war got to be banned. And I'm like, it's just not adding up. A lot of this is just not adding up. And what is a pediatrician doing looking at kids' bodies? I didn't know when a kid gets shot, he goes into a pediatrician's. I thought he goes to the ER. So do they have pediatricians in the ER? I mean, that kind of ER, trauma ER. I don't know how that really works, but I always thought the pediatrician was more of a, you take your kid in to get a shot, or they got a fever or cold or something, and then they examine your kid, or like a checkup. I didn't know pediatricians were in the emergency room or in the morgue. It just the dude rubbed me wrong, bro. He just rubbed me wrong looking at him talk. But I think it's a shame they do this all the time. These are the same people that always talk about people. As far as the parties go, Democrats always talking about Republicans always want to politicize everything, but yet Buffalo, the people that didn't even get buried yet, they start talking about gun control. The kids, all these kids, I don't even think all of them buried yet. They're already talking about gun control. So how could parents grieve, right? If y'all keep sticking gun control in everybody's face, it's a time and a place, and that's why a lot of people don't be believing a lot of this stuff, because they run right to that. Like every time somebody gets shot, that's what they run to. Oh, we got banned the guns. Okay, well, if you banned all the rifles, then what's left to, number one, people still gonna find rifles other places. Number two, suppose all the rifles was gone and it was just handguns left. Then what? What you gonna make up about the handgun? Oh, just a deadly handgun round just decapitate kids. It's gonna be the same shit. So they gonna try to go after the rifles first, and then they'll try to go after the handguns when the the shootings still happen anyway with handguns. They gonna happen anyway with rifles and handguns. But look, I feel a way about these shootings. I always did. I really don't want to talk about it here, but I have deep opinions about all these shootings. I just think a lot of them are really suspect, if you ask me. But maybe I'll get into that maybe later on in another chronicle. But I want to know what y'all think about this doctor, man. He's real strange, dude. Creepy doctor. Never heard of a pediatrician looking at children's bodies or even being in the emergency room with shot people, period. I never heard anything like that. And I just find it weird that AR-15 rounds can decapitate people. I never heard of nothing like that. I mean, these are these emotional words they try to use to get people triggered. You know, that's what it is. There's no AR-15s decapitating people, man. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, let me know what y'all think, man. This is a Shooter Talk Chronicles, man. It's your host, Rebel Shooter. Catch y'all in the next one, man. And I'm out.